Hey folks, welcome to our exotic garden on Salt Spring Island. It is the 7th of February, and I've had quite a few people ask me, and they usually do when we get a cold snap, how is your garden making out in this cold weather? Somebody referred to it as the polar vortex. There's no polar vortex here in the Gulf Islands. The coldest temperature we had was 2 days ago, mornings ago, minus 4.2 degrees Celsius I recorded. So you can figure that out in Fahrenheit. That's in the mid 20s Fahrenheit. Today we are up above 5 degrees Celsius, so just around 40. And the low temperature this morning was minus 1.4 degrees Celsius. So by all means, it hasn't been cold enough here to bother anything we grow. What we grow is very well established. I've been growing this stuff for decades, and Wendy and my garden here is overflowing with Exotica, and it takes a lot more cold than this to damage what we have growing here, kill what we have growing here on Salt Spring Island. And we don't have any wind. There's like zero wind here. It's calm, it's sunny, it's absolutely been beautiful out. The snow has been melting. I think we're in for a little bit more snow before it does get better. I think there's snow in the forecast for tomorrow night, or actually no, sorry, tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. So I have a feeling it might be wet snow because the temperatures are going to be milder. But as for the garden faring in this cold blast, it's doing perfectly fine. Normals for this time of the year for Salt Spring Island and the Gulf Islands are highs of 8 and lows of 1 degree Celsius. So 8 Celsius and 1 degree Celsius. And yes, it has been below normal for the last few days, and it will slowly rise up. What happens, the jet stream pulls the cold air out of Alaska. I like to say she opens her doors, and it does infiltrate our Pacific coast here in the south. So our island here in the North Pacific is doing just fine, and it does not affect any of the palm trees we grow or the exotic plants. There's no extremes here. So the daytime maximums are not too much different than the minimum temperatures at night. So like I say, today around 5 degrees Celsius, and this morning the low temperature was minus 1.4 degrees Celsius. And I'll grab the camera and I'll show you what I mean. So when it gets really cold, Trachycarpus fortunei fronds, they turn dark green and they fold up. You can see they're not like that. And the Fatsia, same thing. It turns dark green and it folds up. So hopefully that answers your question. Everything here is doing perfectly okay. The garden is thriving, and it has not been cold enough here to bother anything on the Gulf Islands. It's out in the Fraser Valley. That's where they get the killer cold winds, the outflow winds, and brutally cold temperatures, and we're a long way from there. So no damage. Everything's doing just okay. All right. Thank you, folks, for watching, and stay tuned for more videos, and hope you're enjoying your winter day. Cheers.